Imagine for a moment that the most advanced, most affordable, and most technology-packed cars in China, the very cars the United States has kept out for years through tariffs and political pressure, suddenly become available on American roads. Because, yes, in recent months, an idea has started to gain serious momentum, one that, until very recently, seemed completely unrealistic. Chinese automakers are preparing to enter the United States, not only to sell their vehicles there, but potentially even to build massive manufacturing plants on American soil. Chinese car companies like BYD, NIO, and others have been very aggressive in their expansion. They're coming to Europe, they're going to South America, and now they're looking at the US market. And everyone seems to think it's inevitable, but there are massive barriers: trade restrictions, political tensions, and concerns about data privacy. And if this actually happens, it could completely transform the automotive landscape. But before we get into politics, tariffs, and manufacturing strategies, we need to understand what Chinese cars really are, why they are so dominant in their home market, and why they have been deliberately kept out of the United States. Chinese electric vehicles are a revolutionary force in the global automotive industry. Ultra-modern cars packed with cutting-edge technology, advanced batteries, and prices that seem impossible compared to American or European equivalents, sometimes 30 to 50% cheaper for similar specifications, and yet offering features that even premium brands struggle to match. But what makes them special is not what they cost, it's everything they managed to achieve in less than a decade. In China, electric vehicles are not experimental cars. They are the future happening right now. They were born from aggressive government policy, massive subsidies, and a determination to lead the global transition to electric mobility, quickly, strategically, and efficiently. And over time, they have become a true industrial revolution. Lower operating costs, lower maintenance, packed with smart technology, incredibly fast charging infrastructure, and yet surprisingly well-built, reliable, and feature-rich vehicles. In some major Chinese cities, more than 40% of new cars sold are electric or plug-in hybrid. And not only that, there are affordable Chinese EVs, luxury Chinese EVs, performance Chinese EVs, family Chinese SUVs, even Chinese electric supercars, an entire ecosystem that has barely touched the United States. Why? Because the US has always protected its domestic automakers, imposed heavy tariffs on Chinese imports, and raised concerns about national security, data collection, and fair competition. Until now, because in a world of rising vehicle prices, inflation, increasingly expensive electric cars, and pressure to reduce emissions, Chinese EVs are suddenly starting to look like a serious threat, or opportunity, depending on who you ask, even for the American market. And if there is one vehicle that represents everything a modern Chinese EV stands for, it's the BYD Seagull. The BYD Seagull is not just an electric car, it is one of the best-selling EVs in China, outperforming even established brands and legacy automakers, a true market disruptor. At first glance, it looks like a compact urban runabout, small, friendly, almost cheerful in design. But when you look closer, and especially when you see the price and specifications, something very Chinese happens. The value proposition is completely shocking. Affordable on the outside, shockingly well-equipped on the inside. The BYD Seagull is designed like a smart urban mobility solution, a practical size for city driving, modern interior with digital displays, advanced battery technology from BYD's own production, and a level of refinement no one expects from a car priced under $10,000 in China. In fact, most people who learn about it for the first time say the same thing. This doesn't feel like a cheap car at all, and that's the secret to its success. Mechanically, the BYD Seagull uses BYD's proven Blade battery technology, a lithium iron phosphate battery known for safety and longevity, paired with an efficient electric motor and offered with ranges suitable for daily urban commuting, something especially valued in crowded Chinese megacities. It's not a performance car, it's not trying to be, but it accelerates smoothly in city traffic and on urban roads, uses very little energy, and is built by one of the world's largest EV battery manufacturers. And the price in China? A brand new BYD BYD Seagull starts at around $9,000 to $11,000, something absolutely impossible today in Europe or the United States for a modern, fully electric new car. But the Seagull isn't just a commuter vehicle. There's an entire movement around affordable Chinese EVs, young buyers who see them as practical first cars, families who want a second urban vehicle without the fuel costs, or even tech enthusiasts who appreciate the advanced features and connectivity. Others use them as delivery vehicles, rideshare cars, and efficient city mobility tools, perfect for crowded urban environments. Yes, we're talking about an electric car that costs less than most used gasoline cars, and it works because that focus on efficiency and value, which might seem too good to be true on paper, is actually the result of massive scale, vertical integration, and government support. The BYD Seagull is the perfect example of how China understands the EV market, not as a luxury statement, but as an intelligent, affordable, and scalable solution. And if this car were to arrive in the United States, if it were built there, if it were sold at a competitive price, it could truly become revolutionary. But the Seagull is just the beginning. China has spent the last decade creating electric vehicles that are now serious global contenders. Some practical, some luxury-focused, some performance-oriented, and others so advanced they're redefining what we expect from modern cars from a Western perspective. And from here on, things only get more interesting. There are also high-performance models, like, for example, the NIO ET5. And this is one of those cars that's hard to believe actually comes from a Chinese startup, because even though NIO is a relatively young company, from the outside, the ET5 was born with a very clear philosophy: premium electric performance, cutting-edge technology, battery swapping innovation, and the driver experience as the absolute center of everything. We're talking about a mid-size electric sedan, dual-motor all-wheel drive with a sophisticated chassis and performance figures that rival established German luxury brands. And that changes everything. The NIO ET5 was launched in the early 2020s during the explosive growth of Chinese EV technology. While China was creating competitive brands like BYD, XPeng, and Li Auto, NIO decided to position itself differently, targeting premium buyers directly. Its powertrain, depending on the version, produces up to 490 horsepower from dual electric motors, with instant torque delivery and performance that feels genuinely thrilling. But here's where the innovation happens. NIO's battery swap technology allows owners to exchange a depleted battery for a fully charged one in under 5 minutes at automated swap stations. The result wasn't a car designed just for speed, but one built to eliminate range anxiety and redefine convenience. Sharp handling, advanced air suspension, and a level of technological integration that rivals or exceeds anything from Tesla. Another brilliant innovation is its autonomous driving capability. The ET5 features advanced driver assistance systems with LiDAR sensors, multiple cameras, and computing power designed for future full autonomy. The hardware is ready, waiting for software that keeps improving over time. Inside, it's premium and thoroughly modern. Large digital displays, premium materials, ambient lighting, and everything focused on the digital experience. Connectivity, voice control, and features that make traditional luxury brands look outdated. Performance numbers look genuinely impressive even on paper. The 0 to 100 kilometers per hour time is under 4 seconds in the performance version. But what really matters is how it drives, how refined it feels, and how it competes directly with cars costing significantly more in Western markets. And of course, as a proper Chinese premium EV, the NIO ET5 has a growing global enthusiast community. You'll find owners praising the technology, the battery swap convenience, the build quality, and the value proposition, which sounds revolutionary given the traditional premium market. In China, it's positioned as an affordable premium option, but if it were to enter the United States without the current tariffs, prices would be shockingly competitive. It's estimated a fully equipped ET5 could sell for $40,000 to $50,000, undercutting German rivals by $15,000 to $20,000. What's fascinating is that despite being from a young brand, many international reviewers say the same thing. It's one of the most impressive electric sedans they've tested, a true premium car without the traditional badge snobbery, without the inflated pricing, and without compromising on technology or performance. And before we wrap up, If you're interested in Chinese cars and you want to learn more about these game-changing vehicles, smash that like button so this video reaches more people. Leave me a comment and tell me which Chinese car surprised you the most, or which one you'd like to see in the next video. And if you don't want to miss more stories about automotive industry shifts, Chinese innovation, and market disruptions like these, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because this world of advanced cars with disruptive potential is just getting started.